Oh, Dokkan, Dokkan, Dokkan. I waited a full day. I guess not technically a full day, but a full day as of releasing this video to really settle on my opinions, to really let people calm down because everyone's... Here's the thing, and this is going to be a little bit of a mini rant. Everyone is scrounging to make the video I'm making right now, right? Everyone's, or actually they're not scrounging to make this video because I'm going to come at this pretty reasonably. Everyone else is scrounging to make a crash out, worst reveal ever, Iron Cane face shouting in the thumbnail, the truth screaming at the top of his lungs, Minato and every ToonRami, blah 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 blah. I'm actually waiting a full day because I just want people to settle down. Let's, take a breath, collect ourselves, get some opinions that are less emotional, and, react to this thing that has happened without just going straight to shouting and, oh, everyone is the worst and you're dick sucking the company every time the truth says anything, he's on his knees. No, we're not doing that. So yeah, that's why this is coming late. I didn't want to join the bandwagon. I think you've seen enough of that video. I know you have been watching every video that comes out that is literally like, oh, I'm gonna crash out, I'm gonna scream at the top of my lungs. I get it. I watched those too. I did too. But here we go. ToonRami says, what are your initial thoughts on the new Global Dokkan Celebration Part 1 LRs? This is for a video. Remember, we still have no clue what they do. I'm not just stealing his engagement. You can see 370. Oh my god, dude. What the hell? What do we read more? Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna just steal his engagement, I actually just came here to see this one where it says horrible, but we all know you'll be defending this, so. And ToonRami says, what exactly am I defending? All I said was wait till we learn what they do before judging. And Goresh said, leave the multi-billion-dollar company alone with this artist rendition of our favorite purple robot. So as you can see, we're not being our most reasonable selves. Toon is just a positive person. He's one of those people that unless something really bad happens, he is the type who cultivates a positive chat environment, a positive community. That's why people love Toon. That's why Toon and the truth are the reason I'm still playing Dokkan. In terms of not now, it's not like they're the only thing I enjoy. I like making content for the game, but they're the reason that I kept playing when I was new. They're the reason I kept playing during 2023 when I started, considered the worst year in Dokkan, right? So if you if you're in this community who Toon is, right? Here we go to the truth, who says went through the Japanese reveal Goresh and he confirms they're implying Vegito Blue and Fusion's monster are just attacks and not like a playable version. And we have Proton here, our local leaker, or I guess our local data downloader, not our local leaker, but saying no fusions, Ella Celebration, maybe an unpopular opinion, but I genuinely don't care if they don't transform into a new card. I want them to be broken and have high value active skills with each character instead of a transformation that is clearly better than the other option. So, and that's where we can get into something, I guess, a little controversial. Because a lot of people see this and they go, oh, you're dick sucking the company, you're fucking polishing it with both fists, both around Omatsu's huge fucking knob, and let's calm down. One of the biggest issues with tag characters right now is that they are the fucking same. Nothing has changed about the game since adding this stupid mechanic. And I don't say stupid as in I hate it. I just mean that there's no content in the game where you want to break the Patara, so you always go into Vegito. There's no content in the game where you want to use the Ghost Usher, so you always go into Gogeta. There's essentially no content in this fucking game where you should be using the Miracle of Universe 7, because you could just use Goku's heal if you ever are in a tough situation. And there's essentially no content in the game where you don't just want to use Kale's crazy active turn, which gives this character an actual purpose for existing, right? And so I say all of those. We have 5 or 4 characters here where we're making one decision. So before I get really inflammatory about this as a, like, I guess you could say someone would call it a copium, it's like, this is reasonable. Because if they just did this again, then why make them a tag character, really? You know? Why not just release this character? And you could say, well, that's what I want. And it's like, yo, sure. But I'm not gonna lie. So should I get into this point, or should I just keep going? If you want to hear what is essentially my big opinion, my big take on this, go to the timestamp. I'll put a timestamp. But I'm just going to keep going down the list of, you know, threads here I've gathered. Here we've got Issa, a Dokkan player, a local androids and Peppy Gals enjoyer, saying, I need the boys' opinion, the truth. How would you feel about them as part 2? And before I read this, the truth's fun, I will say I am really looking forward to these characters one day dropping in the game. I think the Succession Trunks in Legends is amazing. I think Gohan and Trunks have an amazing TV special. I think that Trunks' transformation is arguably the second best Saiyan transformation ever. And the androids need an LR that's big scale. They were too important. They're too popular. 18's obviously extremely popular. 17's obviously extremely popular. So they need to drop something to change the vibes. I don't know if they would do it. Something like Saiyan Saga might be good, actually, because it's the loudest, most annoying members, parentheses, vector of the community would be satisfied at the least. And then I kind of hear, because, like, I keep looking at the theme that you posted. Destiny can mean anything. I will say, don't worry too much about theme. It's like breaking through to the future, Destiny, etc. Here is my call. It will literally just be DAIMA in part 2. That's my personal call. And if they want to say fighting together, it might literally be team, quote unquote, team DAIMA. So like maybe a group of them and then stand by and they switch into Super Saiyan 4 Goku or something. But like, I think it will literally be DAIMA. If it's not DAIMA now, I mean, I guess we'll get into that point. Go here. So Nano says the Diamond Cope is completely dead unless they do something completely new with the UDC, because these two seem like DFEs to me. Can't exactly introduce actual new characters to the game as carnivals with no existing Dokkan event. Yeah, I mean you can. Obviously like the Kale and Caulifla were. But I mean, okay. So it's like obviously, but it's like I guess they're different because there was a Kale and Caulifla unit, but they could just do it. It doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters. I think that's the least of our problems. Dokkan will do whatever they want to do. If they're DFEs, they're DFEs. If they're not. But I don't think it matters. Just make it for Dokkan Fest. Huge fun with part 2 is in DAIMA. I personally don't want a full 2023 worldwide download celebration run back. And if you guys weren't there for that, I guess we can take a look at that really quickly. That was this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. Just because, you know, some people are new. I mean, 10th anniversary brought in a lot of new players. That was where the whole "We Saiyans have no limits" meme has come from. God, boy, am I ever tired of hearing that. But here we have Super Saiyan God Vegito here, who is a fusion character. Here's one of the things. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna keep it. Again, skip to the timestamp if you just want to hear my opinion. Hope at the end of a deadly showdown, Super Saiyan Trunks Future, whose animations were a little lacking, but obviously, again, this would be the other character. We also have seen this character present in this. I think it's on the Vegito side, or the Vegeta side of the card. So we have seen this. Not quite him doing the slash, but a lot of people are speculating that maybe this is Vegeta's active. Infinite Sanctuary Fusion Zamasu was an amazing card. Obviously had Infinite Zamasu and introduced the domain mechanic, which is one of the worst mechanics they've ever added to the game. But as far as characters go, this is a great character. I don't see them putting this guy in the game. I don't know what they're going to do, but I don't see it being this guy again. And then obviously we had Future Gohan, who is a Dokkan original essentially with his active skill. Great character, really strong, the strongest in that batch of characters by far. But I don't think we have to worry about the Worldwide Download Celebration run back, because I think Trunks essentially can't be part 2, I think. I'm just saying I think. Just walk with me, hold my hand. He already appears in the card art for the Goku and Vegeta, so I think he's disqualified. They really don't do that. Like, think about it. I've been playing Dokkan for like 2.5 years or something like that. I can't remember the last time a celebration happened and a character shows up in one character's card art for part 1 and then is in the part 2 as like the main headliner. It doesn't seem like they do that. Maybe I'm misremembering. If you can remember one, go ahead and let me know. I'm on record saying that there really isn't anything other than DAIMA that can get me excited until DAIMA's in the game. They've had 5 months to release stuff. I'm not sure what's taking them so long, but oh well. Yeah, it's one of those things where... Oh, this would be sick, dude. It's one of those things where the lack of DAIMA has become very peculiar. And it could be that they are saving it for a big 11th anniversary. But there's not really any reason they couldn't do Mini Goku Super Saiyan 4 now in Goma, and then do Super Saiyan 4 Goku for anniversary, or, you know, for Tanabata or anything like that. So, like I said, and I am on record, I think DAIMA is coming in part 2. I don't think that this is Cope. I genuinely don't think it's dead. The part 2 doesn't really make sense, and again, it just doesn't really make sense if it's just like a repeat. So they were able to Living Ichigo saying, alright, I had time to think about it. If this is how the new tag SSB Goku, SSB Vegeta activate skill animations ends, then I'll be okay with it. Since VB did actually defuse during the fight, honestly, it would be very clever. This would be super cool. Anyone, like, get crazy? You're not allowed to think this way. You're defending the billion-dollar company, you loser. Go, oops, sorry. You guys are defending those billion-dollar corporations. Yeah. I think this would be cool. If, like, they split after the punch or whatever, or... I don't know. I think it'd be cool. We haven't seen the animations, we haven't seen the kit, we don't know. And here we go to Minato. Am I the only one who's not bothered that they aren't fusing? And Minato says, give them interesting blessed kits and crazy animations, and people will likely look back at the celebrations as exciting and fun. Let's see real quick. Minato, when he realizes why fondly remembered celebrations are fondly remembered. People are saying the celebration is dead right now, so I'm just providing a reminder. Exactly this. This is also what's needed first and foremost. Goku Black is also wouldn't transform. Yeah. So it's just like... Yeah, I don't know. Last one but not least. Oh, the Dokkan ass is sweet. Because, you know, Dokkan Assets has been on the tirade. I think he wants DAIMA in the game more than anything. And so this has essentially kickstarted his campaign. I know the original was very close to the source material already, but man, was it a letdown to open with reused animations. Why does it matter? I mean... Yeah, it's not like... I'll say we do it. The following still looks clear. Yeah, no, like it still looks better. Like Goku, or even certain use the actual active. Let's use intended with update art and like 2 or 3D shots. Yeah, this is such. I don't know what Dokkan Assets' new like arc is, but like he's really been going off. This is a one of those that reused animations angle was the shit I expected type beat. Like, I don't know. But that brings me to my point, which is I kind of don't care. And I guess that's not like a transformative opinion, and I'm not the most brave soldier in Omatsu's pocket. I mean, I don't really even get paid for fucking YouTube, so like, don't take this as me, you know, getting in the good graces of Bandai, because who am I? I'm literally no one. So like, you know, cut that talk off right now. Cut that off right now. Some of you motherfuckers at home have Nintendo Switches too, and are talking about dick sucking companies. Remember when y'all got mad at the pricing and then you bought a Switch too? Shut the fuck up. So I don't know. It's one of those things where I look at this and I kind of don't get it. Because my opinion is that the only thing I really care about is I want new teams and I want things to do. It's been 5 to 6 months of the same thing on Dokkan. We haven't gotten any new fights. Golden Week was a complete bust. No content in Golden Week. One character was just bad. Like, we've gotten nothing. If I wanted to use Vegito Blue this fucking badly, and like this is all that mattered to me, I would go into a shitty event and I would activate both of these characters and I would go, Pog, the animation, oh my god, it's so peak. And then I would close the game. But ultimately, what I want out of games is for them to be transformative and for them to reel me in via new things, right? And while some people might take the stance that Dokkan is only good for the characters or whatever, like they only care about the premieres, I'm just saying that it's not insane to want to wait until we actually see what these fucking characters do, because they could be fun. They could be fun. We could finally get some content that, you know, makes these characters worth using. I'm not gonna lie. If by the end of the Global Dokkan celebration, we get a fight that makes this character have to turn into Vegito early so that you don't lose the run, and then you swap out, and then after the 4 turns elapse, you're still fighting him, and like maybe it's the Zamasu and Goku Black, and you're still fighting them and it's still difficult, I will consider this celebration a success. But it's because I have more of an actual, I want the game to be good. I don't really care, like, I don't know. A lot of people talk about this game so interestingly, where they both don't care about like the content, but also they need every character to be amazing. But it doesn't, but if the characters are amazing and there's nothing to do, then should it matter? You could just take this guy into Legendary Frieza event and go nuts, right? But you don't, because you know that there needs to be a marriage of those two things. So while I understand being disappointed that there is no Vegito Blue, the most important thing when this celebration ends is going to be, were the animation's good? Did the kits move the meta forward at all? Did they move the meta? And did we get a new challenging event or events that move the meta forward? Because let's be real, if they dropped this character standalone into the game and he was like mid, or he was like top 8 instead of top 5, you'd just be bitching about something else. So let's just wait. Like, it really doesn't matter. The thing that I'm looking forward to the most is, please God, add new content, and please shake up these teams, because it is a snoozer on Dokkan right now. It has been for like months, and the thing that they need to add the most is just like something for these characters to do. So yeah, no use crying over spilled milk, though I do get the disappointment. The card arts look phenomenal. Still waiting on animations and kit designs, and that's gonna do it for me up in Lone. Like if you like the video, subscribe to the club, we all go make it, and peace.